Hello and welcome back to Just Painted. Alright, so I have a new kit here to start today. And as you can see, Scarlett Johansson from Ghost in the Shell. Alright, this is the kit, made by Mega at VX Labs. And it's a beautiful sculpt. I love this kit. I love the movie. Also love the anime. I'm a fan of both. But this is the kit that we're going to be doing right now, and obviously you can see that I already started working on it because I needed to mask, and this took me a very long time. Alright, because some of the stuff here, these things right here, these parts of the suit are going to be painted in white, and so is the legs, okay, and part of the neck, okay. And just so you know, what I did is I primed it first in the gray primer, automotive primer, that I usually use. Oh, and I think I got it here. Yeah, I do. I actually brought it up. I do this outside, but I brought it up by accident, so I usually leave it down by my back door. But this is the one that I use, and it's worked very well for me. If you guys want to pick it up, if it's available in your area, Rust-Oleum, automotive primer, filler, and sandable. Okay, and I love this stuff because it works great. Okay, so I primed everything. Obviously, you prep your kit. You fill holes, you do all that kind of stuff first, and your seams and all that. But then you prime it, and then I used another primer on top of this. And I'm not sure if it's really a primer or not, but this one is from Citadel. Rathbone. I think this is just regular paint. Alright, I love this color, and I'm going to just leave this color alone because I was trying to identify the color of the suit for her, and I'm going to put pictures up here when we start painting and everything. But what I wanted to do was, I can make this a little bit smaller so you got more screen. Just give me 1 second. Let me grab it. So what I was looking at is, to be honest with you, was the I'm gonna cover that right there. That's it. You don't have to see all my mess that I have on my desk. But what I was trying to do is trying to find a good color. Now I've seen some people paint certain parts gray and things like that. There are some pictures that might look grayish and stuff like that, and it's okay. You paint it the way you want it. But I seen where it was more like a closer to a skin tone, pinky kind of color, and I really like this color that this Wraithbone is. Okay, sorry, my dog is barking. I really like the color, and I think I'm going to use that as the base color for the suit, and I'm going to leave that alone. And that's why I masked everything out. There's certain parts that are getting painted white right here, those, the legs, and everything else is just white. So, all right, some parts like that. I might mask this even a little more just to make sure that I protect this color, because like I said, it's not. I don't have a color that I can brush and fix. This was all sprayed, so I want to make sure that I cover everything, and I don't make any mistakes in getting other color onto the other part that I don't want to get it. Pretty simple. But I did mask this, and it was a really pain in the neck. As you can see, I'm mummified pretty much all over. But I want to make sure that I have everything the way I want it as far as protecting the color, this Wraithbone color. And then I'll mask it some more so this way I protect the rest of it. Now the sculpt is beautiful. Scarlett Johansson from the movie version, not the anime. It's a beautiful sculpt by Mega. All the parts fit just perfect. Okay, so this is the head. I'm having a chopstick right now, so I can hold it. All right, it's a big piece. All right, and it comes with a very tall base. So imagine this is the kit. Okay, and we're trying to get a whole thing in the camera right there, plus her head. All right, plus the base. This is the base right here. Let me show you this right now. All right, but look at this thing. This thing is huge. All right. Now I have a smaller printer. I have a Saturn, and I had to cut this piece. This piece is a lot longer. This didn't print because it wouldn't fit in my plate. So I let this cut off, but this should be enough to hold the kit in place once I glue it. But then here's the base. Let me get this out of the way. And I already, this is printed on the filament printer. Now I did have some printing lines, and I still see some very faint ones. Not too bad. All right, but what I did, I'll tell you real quick what I did. I stippled on some like Mod Podge in here, okay, to cover up some of these ugly lines. And then after I did that, I sprayed this stuff here. Well, I sprayed it with the regular primer, and then I sprayed it over with this. And this is a surface primer, German red brown, to simulate some rust that I'm going to do. We're going to do some scratching and weathering and all that stuff like that on this too, like I did on my last video for the Mad Max, which I learned from Go For Painting. I'm going to leave a link down below for his videos and stuff. All right, nice guy, great artist. Okay, and then the sign. Okay, now the sign, I'm going to mask these letters. I'm not going to try to mask them with the tape because it's going to take me forever. But I'm going to mask the letters with the liquid mask. Okay, hopefully that'll all come out good. But I still have to clean this up and seal it. Okay, and wash it and seal it. So I still have to work on that a little bit. And what I'm going to do here, this is going to be a lighted kit. Okay, so there's going to be lights coming in and going into this. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I want to show you something real quick before. All right. Sorry about that. So this is going to be a lighted kit, like I was saying. So one thing that I want to run by you guys is I did order the lights. Let me show you real quick. Now it's going to be powered. You can power it any way you want. You got a couple choices. You can use batteries. You can use little cell batteries. You can use 9-volt batteries. You can use regular batteries. I chose to go with the outlet type, okay, to plug it in, and it comes with a switch. You can turn on and off. All right. Now, if you're asking me why I wanted to do that, and they already have some of my, there's the wiring. Now these come with a quick connect, okay. All right, and here it is right here. And let me show you what else I got. It comes with another miniature on and off switch if I want to decide to do that and tie everything in together. Okay, I have some wire connections that I bought for easy disconnect and disconnect. Okay, let me show you that right there. Okay, hopefully the glare is not going to be too bad. But it's got a male and a female quick connects, okay, right here. I think I got the same thing. Okay, length 8-inch standard and 3-way. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I had no clue what the hell was I doing with this stuff, okay, because what I was ordering and everything. So when I placed my order, now this is from Evans Designs. All right, I'm going to leave a link down below for them, okay, but there's the information right there if you want to write it down real quick. And, you know, they got a website. I had no clue what I was doing because obviously when I put the order in, I messed up. And I messed up. The reason why I messed up is because they called me. All right, when I placed my order, they called me, and this is what's awesome about this. They called me because they were concerned that the way that I ordered the whole set, that first I got the phone call and the lady said, "Hey, you know, we're from Evans Designs, blah blah blah." I said, "You know, are you placed an order with us?" And I says, "Yeah." And she goes, "Are you planning to use all those lights together?" And I was like, on a kit? And I says, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, you know, if you're going to, the way that you order, if you use it like that, blah, 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 all your lights are going to blow and not going to work." He says you ordered the wrong wattage or voltage for what you're planning on doing. So she goes, what is your idea? Blah, blah, blah. I explained to them, and they were like, no problem. We'll take care of it. We'll make sure that we send you everything that's going to work properly. How awesome is that? All right. So for any of your lighting needs and stuff like that, go to Evan Designs. And if you have any questions, let them know what you want to do, and they will get you the right stuff that you need in the right way, because these guys were awesome. So what I did get, these are chip nano pico and Z LEDs. Okay. Now the way that I ordered, look how small these LEDs are. These are really, really tiny, like super tiny. And the reason there was two reasons why I wanted to test these to see how they work, but that's how big they are right there, where my finger is, where the end of that wire is, and that's how tiny that thing right there, that little piece right there, that's how small these things are. All right. And the reason why I ordered them that small, because I want to do a test on this, on another kit that I'm working on, to see if they work. I didn't want to order another one, if it didn't work or not. So they give you instructions and things like that, which is awesome. You can go online. They have a ton of tutorials and videos on their website. Here's an extra switch that I got, and some extra lighting. Okay. Now, this is more like a flickering type of lighting that I got, and the reason why is because I want to make the sign. Some of these letters are going to be more solid, and some other ones are going to be flickering, like the bulb is bad or the light is bad, and things like that. Give it like a little flicker. So that's the effect that I want to go with. So some of them are going to be solids, and it's got a little I guess transistor or whatever the hell they are. See, this is how big they are. These pico lights. That's how big it is. That's it. Right there at the end of the wire. That's it. That's all it is. Okay, so like I said, I want to try a couple of things and things like that for this kit, and I also have ideas for other stuff. Here I order these because I can always use them, because I have more lightings from these guys, and I want to try to really use this for quick connects and things like that. For if I ever need to get into it, my base or anything like that, I can always disconnect from here, and I don't have to take the whole thing apart. I think it makes a little bit more sense. I can always hide it with a little putty and paint over or whatever. Do whatever you have to do. But, that's my plan. Hopefully it works out. We'll try. This is going to be my second lighting event in my hobby experience. So, yeah, so that's what I'm going to be working on. I'm going to be working on her. She also comes with a coat, obviously. She, if you watch the scene, the famous scene where she jumps off, I just primed this not too long ago, and I don't want to, get this kit dirty. So, but it goes like right there. All right. Another thing about this, guys, is I was having a hard time printing this, and I kept on getting fails, and I didn't want to print this in two pieces. It came with two, you could do two pieces or one solid. And I wanted to get this because I hate doing capes, and I hate doing stuff like this where you got to seal the whole thing, and then it just doesn't look right. I wanted to get this to look really good. So what I did is I contacted Hobby Mike from NY3D Creations. I explained to him what I was doing, and he said no problem. He printed this for me, all in one piece, because I couldn't do it. I kept having fails, and it was I think it was a little big or a little heavy for, my hands are dirty from something. I think it was a little big or a little heavy from I don't know, I was doing something wrong. But Mike bailed me out with this from NY's 3D Creations. If you guys have any projects that you're having a hard time doing for 3D printing and stuff like that, talk to Mike, because he can help you out with stuff like this, and he's amazing. All right, this thing came out fabulous. All right, so, I didn't fill these holes because those are going to be covered by her body, and stuff like that, so you're not going to see those. Same thing with these, so no big deal with those, but I did fill out. He hollowed this. All right, look how thin this is. And he hollowed it. That was the trick, I'm assuming. But I mean, maybe it was too heavy for the plate or whatever, but I kept on getting fails and stuff like that. he hollowed this out, man. And I don't know how he did it, but he's amazing when he does this stuff. But anyway, thank you, Mike from NY3 Creations. Go and visit his website. I want to leave links down below for him also, so this way you can go check out. If you got any problems with your 3D printing and you need a little project done, hit him up, because he can always print something out for you real quick and help you out with that. He helped me out with this, and I appreciate it very much. Thank you, Mike. All right. So that's what we're going to be working on. We're going to be working on her. So let me get my bench ready for start painting. I'm not sure if I'm going to start painting the suit first or the head, but we'll get there, okay? So just give me a little bit and I'll return. So I had to get a new bottle of the tan flesh to get started. We're going to do the face. And I've been going through this stuff like... all right. So, and I'm also going to need to go to a new bottle soon. This is the original one that I had since I started painting. But, I don't use a lot, but it's kind of like... I need to throw the bottle away, because I don't think there's anything there. I'm trying to squeeze the life out of it, and I think it's done. Oh, there we go, a couple of drops. All right. So, I'm going to start with the tan flesh. I just got this bottle out, so I had to shake it a while. All right. And I don't have a lot of flesh to do, just the face and the hands. Actually, the fingers. So, let's get started painting. Start with the skin, and then we'll move on to the suit, and so on. So, let me get a beater brush. I have right here to mix. Just blow back a little bit, just to get a good mix. There we go. Very lightly, just like that. You don't want to go too hard. Just remember, we always do layers when we paint. Okay, I'm gonna hold it like that. There we go. Just very lightly, just for the layer. Start sponging. I'm going to do yellow first. Same as usual. Slow drop. Water. Mix. Good. Just make sure you don't leave any paint pools or anything like that. Alright, there you go. Okay, so let's continue with the blue. I already mixed it up. And it's the Dragonhof Nightshade. Guys, there's tons of videos on this stuff already that I have. So if I'm going too fast, you can always go to one of them. The Loana is a good video to follow on this stuff. Looks very blotchy. That's okay. Alright, the skin is blotchy. Okay. Alright, so let's continue with the red. Agron red clear. Same thing, you're gonna do it all over the face. Alright, so after you're done with that, something like that, okay? See how it beads and it stings? Sure. I'm gonna let that stuff dry, and then when I come back, we'll do one more thing. Alright, so next I want to freckle a little brown. So basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna just grab some brown. Reichland Flesh Shade from Citadel, okay? This is the color. You're gonna want to, okay? Just very little bit. Don't want to go crazy. Roll over. And then what you do is, this is already damp. Take out the bigger ones that you don't want. Take out the real thick ones, remove those, and just leave the little lighter ones. Okay. And just like that. Alright. So I'm gonna let that dry real quick and seal it, and then we come back. It's a little late for me. Come back, we'll do a little shading with the pastels. Alright, so that's next, little pastel work. Okay, so for tonight we're done. Come back tomorrow, we'll continue. Alright, have a great night. Alright, let's start with the pastels. Red iron oxide for pan pastels. We're going to start with that, doing a little bit of the shadows along the hairline. And just take your time. You can see that she's very freckly right now. Right? So don't worry about that. We're going to be working on that a little bit later. Okay, it looks a little gnarly right now. We're gonna fix that real quick. Alright, so let me put this away real quick. Now, if any of this stuff fades out when you do the next steps, you can always go back and put a little bit on. Just remember, you don't want to do it too heavy the next time. So it's good to do a little bit heavy now, because you can fix that by covering up a little bit. But if you have to go afterwards, you want to probably just go really gently, softly, and add color a little bit at a time. Alright, so right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little more shadow with the shadow flesh from underneath. This is a process I do all the time. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a little bit of thinner. And then I'm going to add a little bit of color. Really quick. What you're going to do is you're going to... that much right there. Okay? Very gently. From underneath. Okay? Top, bottom, from the bottom. Okay? Very gently. You can add color. Just turn the figure. And I'm doing the bottom neck area. Okay? And now I want to start hitting this way. Okay? Very gently. Okay? Not a lot. Okay. What does this do? So from the top, you can see the highlights of the girl's face. And as you turn it, you're going to see it darker. Okay. Let me put this down and we turn it. Okay, so there's a little darker. As you turn it, it gets lighter. Alright. So what this does is just hits the bottom, the underneath the lip, underneath the nose, underneath the eyes and all that stuff like that, underneath the ears, the neck, and it brings everything together. Alright. So you're gonna let that dry, you're gonna seal it. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with a little bit of the original color, the base color, the tan flesh. Okay. Very gently from far away. Alright, you don't have to go too close. Alright, and just gently, you don't want to lose all that work that you did with the freckling and the tinting, but you want to get like a very light layer, and if you do one and then if you need another one you just go over it again. You want to make it semi-translucent. Alright, and just go very lightly over it, very gently, over the whole face. Alright. More straight on. Alright, not from the bottom, not from the top, more from straight on facing you, okay? Just like this, okay? And you're gonna go like that. Alright, but I'm gonna do it from far away and I'm gonna go very lightly. Alright, just like that. Okay, that's how light you want to do it. Okay, very gently, again. Just go for a pass. I'm starting from the side. Let it dry. You don't want to soak it. You don't want to get too wet. Just very lightly. All right. So I want to hit the pastels a little bit again, like I said. Okay, real quick. Just a little bit. You don't have to want to do a lot here. Okay, so nice and gently. Just accentuate some of those shadows. And you're gonna go very lightly. Just to bring those shadows back out a little bit. Because remember, you don't want to throw a lot of paint over this stuff now. Because you're going to lose just everything. Alright, so I'm gonna, you can seal it at this point right here, right now, if you don't feel comfortable doing the next step without sealing it. It's up to you. If you're a beginner, I would recommend sealing it. The next color that we're going to do is olive flesh, and that's going to be from the top. We're going to lighten up all this, okay? So only a little bit. I'm going to go crazy. Very lightly gonna go over this, okay? Ooh, I got a little pink there. Gotta be real careful. Alright. Ready? From the top. It's gonna try me nuts. Alright. Here we go. The top of the bridge of the nose, the forehead, cheeks, chin, ears, you can always go with a lighter pastel over it if you're not happy with it. Alright. Right there. That's it right there. It's a little pale. You're going to darken up the hair, the eyebrows, all that stuff still needs to go in. Alright, so let that dry so you can seal it. When we return, we might do the hair, the lips, the hair, eyebrows, all that stuff needs to get done. Eyes, obviously. Okay? So, hang tight. Shall return. Okay, so welcome back. So one of the things that I want to do is paint the hair first, just to have an idea a little bit where I'm at. And you know, a lot of pictures, her hair is very shiny. She's mechanical. Robotic or whatever you want to call it. So I'm assuming that her hair wants, I don't know how much realism is there here, but it's very shiny. Alright. I don't want it too much shine, but I'm going to put a gloss black down first, and obviously I'm going to bring it down a little bit, and some of the shine, I'm hoping to retain some of that shine after I'm done with everything else. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start off with a glossy black, and then I'll slap some highlights. I'm not sure where the highlights I'm going to go with, if I'm going to add a little blue or I don't know yet. So, but I want to put the base color down so at least I know where I'm at with the skin tone, because that's the main reason why I want to put this in. Alright, so I know for a fact I want to bring this down probably a little bit, so. Once you lay down this layer, you can have an idea where your kit is at and where it's going. Alright, so next what I want to do is soften up the black. I already sealed it. And what I want to do is bring it down a little bit, and we're going to use the black brown. German black brown from Vallejo. Okay. And just do very lightly all over the hair. So I just put some silly putty to cover the eyes and the face, or I don't want to get any splattering or anything like that on it. So just in case, I want to protect it, or not get any paint on it. Alright, so very lightly, I'm just gonna just go over the whole hair, and that'll bring some of that shine down from the black, gloss black. And it'll give you like a little bit of a highlight. Give you a nice texture to the hair. You don't need a lot. And then I'll give you an idea where you're at with everything else once you do all this stuff. I really like. I know I needed to highlight the skin a little bit, do a little more highlights, maybe with pastels. We'll get into it with that a little later. So see how it brings it down a little bit. You still have a little bit of that shine coming through. And I did spray it with the matte, but I did it very lightly, just all over the whole figure, with the hair and everything. So, and once this, I'll hit it again, and that shine should even come down just a little bit more. Right? So I just want to get. Still gonna need to touch up a couple of things. I think the hardest thing to do with this hair was to try to get into all these. I wasn't talking while I was recording before because I was watching the game, but getting in here with the paintbrush was very challenging, and I don't have a hook brush. I should get one to get in there with a little bit better so I can get mine. But I did okay, but still overall it wasn't very easy, to be honest with you. It was a little bit of a challenge. That's okay. We got it done. I just got to touch up a couple of the spots. So this is good right here. We're going to let this dry. I'm going to use the same black brown to do the eyebrows and the eyelashes, I believe. Okay, so we're going to let this dry and we're going to seal it. I'm going to come back and do that. Okay. I think this is pretty good. Gives you a different, little bit of a, you can see the brown just coming right through it a little bit. Alright, the black undertone is kind of hard to see in the camera. Alright, but it's there. I might still do a little effect later on. I'm not sure about that yet. But when I come back, we'll get into that. Okay? I really like the way the hair is coming out. I just took those off. There you go. I don't know if you can see this through the camera, guys. But this is really nice. Alright? Not too shiny. Might bring it down just a little bit more with a little bit of, once I get done touching everything up, I might bring it down a little bit more. I do want to put a little bit of blush, a little bit of blood in the cheeks. Everything else is just very subtle, very nice. Nice texture coming through. I'm really happy with this. It's a small kit. Very hard to tell a lot of stuff, but there it is right there. So what I would like to do is do the eyebrows and do the eyelashes. I think I want to do the white in here first. white in the eyes. I think I should do that first before I do everything else. And then we'll do the lips. Alright, so let's try. Let's get into this. Let's see. I'm getting a little white out here. Let's just stick with what we know. White sands from Scale Color. Now guys, if you never got, just to run this by you, these Tamiya, these really small Tamiya brushes are amazing. I love them. Okay. I'll give you the item numbers. This 87172, 87153. Right. They're really small brushes for doing little details like this. One is good enough. You don't have to have a bunch. The other one that I showed you was a little bit smaller. And, I don't think I think I used it once. Just pull it out just in case. This is very, it's a half closed eye, so I think I'll be fine with this one. You see how I'm holding the kit and I'm resting my hand and my fingers on some part of the kit. Okay. And why she's like that is because she's looking down and she's about to jump. Okay. So now we'll do the eyebrows, and I got some already brown over here. The black brown. Just gotta mix it up a little bit. Okay. Let's do the eyebrows. Okay, I'm happy with that. So clean up and thin out my brush a little bit. Leave it there. Eyelashes. I don't like when the small kits like that gets these pronounced like lash areas, but they're not easy to simulate. So what I try to do with something like this is I want to try something like do little X's or stuff, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. But I am going to try to simulate some eyelashes. I'm doing very fine lines, just a little bit of an angle, just to give it a little bit more, not so straight, you know what I mean, not to give it like a, try to make it look a little natural, I guess. Right. You don't want to go too thick. Very fine lines. I'm doing all these in an angle. Like I said, I'm not crazy about these. But I get it. Alright, she has very thick eyelashes. on a small kit. I think it could have been taken back a little bit, you know what I mean? So that's my opinion on it. So, like I said, I'm just trying to make it look a little bit more natural. Let me see if I can see that. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's very fine lines. And I got them going an angle towards the face. And I really like the way that looks. I don't want to just leave it alone. I'm just going to touch up maybe 1 or 2 spots and that's it. You can see some, a little bit of looks a lot better. So if you can see that, how I did the lines. So we'll move on, and what we're going to do now, while we're here, before I seal it again, is we're going to do a little bit of the lips. How's that? So you guys know that I like to use Natural Lip by Createx Bloodline. But I want to add a little bit of red. And this is Blood Red by the same brand. Okay, and what we're going to do is mix a little bit, just a little bit of red onto that. And then after that we'll highlight just with this alone. Okay? Let's see how it looks. You don't need to dilute this stuff because this stuff is already pretty diluted. Yeah, you're gonna need it sucks to get all the line. Already very thin, as you can see. I don't have to put no water or nothing. And this stuff is like, actually does have a little bit of creases there. She has very big lips, so alright, that looks good. I'm happy with that. Okay, so I'm going to seal this, and then when I come back I want to take a look at how everything blended together after I seal it, and we'll take it from there. Do we need to put more pastels? Do we need to do a little more highlights on the lips? Do we do, you know, we'll see. Alright, let's seal it first, and then before we take the next step. Okay, so I'll be back in a little bit. Alright, so I just sealed her and I'm very happy where this is going. I'm going to do a little bit of highlights on her right now. But overall, I'm very happy. Alright. So, I'm going to get titanium white out. With the titanium white, I want to do a little bit of the bridge of the nose. let me seal this and I'll come back and I'll show you what. See if we need a little more. I think that's perfect right there. For now. Alright, so we'll finish the eyes later on. I want to think about how I'm going to attack that. Alright, but right now, next is going to be the outfit. I want to see how this looks semi here. Oh yeah. When you put the clothes and everything on. Even though it's not finished painting, look at that. Look at that color. It's awesome. Everything blends right there. All together. This is coming out really good. Alright. So next up is going to be the suit. I do the white, and let me go get stuff ready. I think I want to do that right now while we're here. Nice, I'll be back in a few. All right, so the color that I'm using is golden titanium white, and I put a little bit of a mix of I have a pre-mix of 50-50 water and alcohol, but I put a very little bit because this stuff is already thin, and I just checked it, and it looks like it's coming out good. So let's try it out. First I'm going to do the upper part. Make sure there's nothing there. That should be good. And everything is masked out, so okay, so if you saw that video, the white was just a pain in the butt. But what I want to do now is start peeling some of the stuff off. If I have to fix any, touch up anything, or rub off some paint, some overspray if there's any. And I want to get this stuff off before I seal it. Start working on this. Alright, so I'm going to let this dry really good. I want to leave this on until the end because I still have to touch up and I don't want to get overspray there. Alright, but I'm going to touch those up right here, like a couple of spots in the legs. But I want to let this dry, seal it, and then come back and do that again. And, buff it out and everything. But other than this, a couple of things here and there. Kit looks great. There's a couple areas I need to touch up. Other than that, this looks really good. Just needs to be dry. It needs to get really, really dry. I peel everything out because I just want to make sure that anything that I needed to clean up, I do it now before you seal it. Right, but other than that, there you go. Look at that. Let me get it all in camera. So I need to touch up a little bit there in the chest. Couple little things, and then the legs I want to spray over again, but I have to seal it because I want to protect all this stuff. And I'm going to leave these two on just for that. Alright, and then touch up some of these areas right here. I'll mask this with silly putty real quick. It should be fine. And we'll just touch that up with a little bit with a tomorrow. It's late. I gotta get up early and all that, but tomorrow we'll do. I like that. All right, and then we'll do the recessed lines. All right. We'll pick a nice color for that. All right, that's it for now, right there. Okay, so tomorrow we'll finish this off. All right, and we'll let it dry overnight, and then we'll seal it, and then we'll continue and touch up some of those things. It wasn't easy to do. You know, like getting that white. The white's a pain in the ass. So, but you know, I got it done. What I do recommend, what I said before, is dilute it a little bit less and use less water. Use a little bit more alcohol. So I'll go 75-25. 75 alcohol, 25 water, and try that. Okay, because what I did is when I used a second batch of paint, I diluted it less with water. All right, and so what you do is 75-25. That's what I recommend for the golden titanium white. Okay, and try it that way. See how it works out. But don't put a lot of paint. You saw how long it took me to do. Well, it took me to do a little. I don't know how much I'm going to show, but I went very, very light like this, and I just kept on going around it and just kept on putting layers in, and that's it. Okay, don't go heavy on the white. Okay, don't, you know, then one layer you're done. No, that's not it. You're going to be doing 3 or 4 layers of the white before you get a good coverage. Okay, and you saw that I had little scratches, stuff that I got to fix, but this needs to cure overnight. Just because, you know, I want to seal it and then properly go back and then touch up any of the mistakes that I have in there, which is not a lot. Should cover up nicely. I should be okay with that. All right, but other than that, it's coming along very nicely. We'll finish that up, and then maybe do the lines tomorrow, the recess lines, and then we'll move on to the coat. All right, and then the base after and all that stuff like that. So, all right, so have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right, so I'm gonna work on the I'm putting color in the creases, the lines in the suit, and I'm using I'm gonna start off with, I want to try this color first, bright warm gray. It's not too dark. All right, and put some over here just to start trying out. Put a little water here just in case I need it. All right, and what I have is a liner brush, very thin brush. All right, there it is right there. I'm gonna try one of these. I just bought. They're cheap, you know, just to try for this, to get in there. Let's see what this is gonna look like. Might have to darken it just a little bit. I don't know. Let me see like what it looks like in the white. Maybe I'll go a little darker in the upper part of the suit. I do like the way it looks in the white, so I'm going to stick with this for the white. And then maybe I'll add a little darker gray in the mix and go Alright, so I went with a little dark color for the gray. I just add a little dark gray to it, just a little bit, just to darken it up. Let's see how it goes. Okay, welcome back. It's a little late. I'm gonna try to get at least a base coat on the coat today. All right. So the color that I'm gonna use, and I decided to use, is Blue Black by Pro Acro. Try it out. I haven't tried this color yet. It's brand new. So opened up a new bottle of Airbrush Flow Improver. Put in a couple of drops. And thinner, just a little bit. I want to try this color out, see how it works. Okay, and I mask the hands. Hey, right there, and I put that stick so I can hold it without putting my hands on it, because there's nowhere to grab and nowhere to hold on this thing. So see what I can do with that. All right, so we're gonna paint this and give it at least a base coat for tonight, and let it dry overnight while I go to bed to go to work tomorrow. So that's the plan, Stan. So beater brush, here we go. I cleaned up my workspace a little bit because I was getting a little tired of working around this crazy ass mess that I have going on here. Alright, I'm going to let this dry a little bit here before I continue. And I look like I'm getting some kind of frost thing going on here. I don't know what it's about. So I'm going to let this dry and see what happens. So I'm afraid to keep on going with this. Let it dry. It's very wet right now. I went pretty thick on it because it's a pretty thick coat. And let it set for a little bit. See if any other frosty crap comes in, or I'm just not getting a good coverage on it right now. I'm gonna put it a little bit too much thinner, so we're gonna see. All right, so I shall return and see what goes on. Let it dry for a little bit, and then we'll continue. All right, so welcome back. And last night, what I did is, before I went to bed, I sealed it. I actually finished painting it. I was letting it dry. I sealed it this morning before I went to work. And I just finished touching up like around the hands and stuff. Alright, so what I want to do now is I want to throw a little bit of shadow, and I'm using shading gray from Golden. Alright, so I already have it in the cup. It's a very thin paint, so and I didn't dilute it, but try to go lightly in it. I'm doing all the wrinkles. So there we go. I'll show you. Okay. Alright. Once this dries, we'll spray it over and then we'll see what it looks like. Alright. Alright, so I just sealed it. Alright. Everything looks really good. Got some nice shading. I'll bring the gloss, the shine down a little bit more later on when I seal it the last time. Alright, so I'm going to leave it here for now because I'm running out of time. But what I would like to do is lighten up some of this stitching so it shows. It's got a lot of cool stitching all over the place. And I would like to add a little bit of lighter color to that so it pops. So that's going to be a little bit of intricate work, but you know, I think the work that I'll put into that will make everything look really nice. Alright, so I'm going to leave it here, and when I come back, hopefully, you know, I'll do some of this stuff on video, but most of it's very tedious. It's a lot of it. I don't know if I should just dry brush or I don't know. There's a couple of different ways we can do this. Maybe lighten it up a little bit, but we'll see when we come back and tomorrow figure out how I'm going to do this. Alright guys, thank you. See you then. Hello and welcome back, and just wanted to show you guys she is all done, but not the base, just her. Alright, and I just glued her, and the epoxy's still curing in there. So once the epoxy has cured, this thing is not going to come off or nothing. So I wanted it to have something a little strong to hold the jacket up, because this thing is pretty heavy, and you're going to need to epoxy this or pin it or whatever you want to do with it. But I like to use this epoxy. Once it's cured, it's not going to go anywhere. I'm pretty confident with that. You know, but I love the way that she came out. There she is. Okay, and I'm going to end this part of the video here. Okay, and the reason for that is I don't want to drag it too long, and you know, I haven't posted anything up in a little bit, so I wanted you guys to at least be able to see how the process on this. The only thing I need to finish with her is the booties. All right, now these are in gray color. Okay. But since I'm doing the base also in the gray tone, I don't want it to paint it and then have it like blending in together or something. I just want to differentiate the two. So I'm going to wait till I finish the base, and then I'll paint the booties up. Alright, but here she is. I love the way that she came out. I'm using a different lens today. Okay. Just so I can get the whole thing in the camera, because my other lens it's more for close-ups and stuff like that, and this one I get a little bit of wider angle and you guys can see the kit a little bit better, but the focus on it is not as good as the other one. All right, it's not as sharp either. So, but there she is. I think she looks beautiful. I love the way the skin tone came out on her. She looks amazing. Hopefully you guys can appreciate that too, right there. Alright, she's looking down as she's about to jump. Okay. Alright, there's a little more detail right there. On the eyelashes. I think they came out really good. Alright. Even though I don't like the style of eyelashes, how they sculpted in like that, but you know, I did the best I could with them, and I think they came out really good. Alright, there she is. I love the color. And then the jacket, all the little details on it. Alright. Stuff. Okay, I'm thinking of still doing a little bit of a wash on the stitching, just to darken it up a little bit. So I think a little bit bright. Alright, but there she is. She is completed. She will be put to the side for now. Okay, and I will be working on the base this week, little by little, because I got another project coming up, and it's going to take a little bit of my time away from this, but I will be working on it little by little this week and filming it as we go. Again, we're going to do a little bit of weathering, rusting, and stuff like that. The lighting part, that's going to be in the second part of this video. Okay, so stay tuned for that. And I'll be trying to do that as quick as I can and post it out for you guys once it's complete. Okay, and I'm really excited about this because this, I think, hopefully this is going to come out the way I imagine it. Okay, this is going to be all blacked out once I clean it up and everything. But this is going to be all blacked out, and the letters I'm going to have to mask them and everything like that, and then paint them with like the translucent color. I think I'm going to go with the red and have it like, you know, lit and everything. So, and with a little bit of effect too. So hopefully everything's going to come out good and looking great. And I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited the way that she came out. I think she came out amazing. All right, so stay tuned for the next video, fellas, boys and girls, because that will be coming out pretty soon, hopefully within this week or so. Okay, once this is released. All right, so stay tuned. And here she is, Ghost in the Shell, Scarlett Johansson. My phone is going crazy. Every time I come on here, the phone starts going crazy. But all right, but that's how it goes, right? But there she is. I think she looks fantastic. I think she looks beautiful. Everything came out really, really nice. All right, jacket and her. I think the colors are really cool. I'm really happy the way it came out. And, you know, there she is. I think she looks great. Alright, so stay tuned for the next video for the base, guys. I'll try to get that out as soon as I can. And we'll go from there. Alright. Hopefully more things are coming out on the channel. I got other videos that I'm editing. It just takes a while for me to edit all this stuff. I got a couple of videos in the bank there that I need to work on. Okay, so I'll get those out as soon as I can, little by little. And you know, we're gonna have a Way of the Dragon stuff, and that, you know, we always do that on the weekends. So there's a lot of stuff coming up. So stay tuned, more to come. See you guys later, and peace.